I'm going to be honest, though. I used to talk mad crazy to myself.
Can I tell you what that is?
Sure.
I talk to myself all the time. And I have an old boss that said to me,
Okay.
shout out to Barb, she said, talking to yourself is a sign of genius and insanity. And I am okay with that.
No, I agree. But that's not what I was saying. I said I talk mad crazy to myself.
And?
You know, no. Like, growing up, I would actually not speak so positively to myself.
Okay.
To succeed even more.
I do that.
Today?
Yes.
You think that's okay?
Well, I guess I look at it as like tough love and a form of encouragement.
Yeah.
And that's probably because of how I grew up. I grew up in a strict household. My dad would be like, I made A's. He'd be like, you're a Lindsay. That's what you're supposed to do. Like, that's how it rolls in my family. So I'm hard on myself. Mm-hmm. Again, a gift and a curse, right?
Yeah.
I'm hard on myself because I want to constantly be better. Iron sharpens iron. I don't want to get comfortable. I want to keep going. So yeah, I talk crazy. I curse myself out.
Really? What's your favorite cuss word?
All of them. But I mean,
I felt like your mouth was ready for a
fuck.
Yeah.
It was ready for a fuck. But I use all of them. Like,
Yeah.
I do. But come on. And I call myself Big Rach.
Yeah.
Crazy. And I'm like, come on, Big Rach, get your fucking shit together.
Yes.
Like, come on.
Yeah.
Like, don't let that fucker. I really do
have
talk
to.
to myself. And I think and that's why when somebody comes at me crazy, I'm like, I already done said it to myself. We've already been here. Me, myself, and I had a conversation before we even got to you. You can't say anything worse. I mean, I don't beat myself up like, you're terrible, you're ugly, I don't do that. It's a form of it's tough love.
Yeah.
It's tough love.
Yeah.
Is that what you give to yourself?
It was a little worse.
Oh.
It was what you said don't do. But now it's what you be doing today.
You is kind.
You
You
is
is smart.
smart.
You is important.
Thank you. Thank you so
You
much.
are.
Thank you so much.
I wouldn't be here if you weren't.
My God. Okay, clock that. Would you say, though, these experiences that have shaped you and that ring home for you when we think about shock have changed how you approach challenges today?
For sure.
Okay.
I think when you go through something challenging, and that's different for everyone, right? Like, there are levels to it.
Yeah.
I have been through challenging things before I went through divorce and losing the closest person to me.
Yeah.
But when you go through it and you survive it, and then you look back and you reflect on it, yeah, it changes you because you're like, I did that. When you have the shock, if there is a feeling, it is, I don't know how I'm gonna get through this. That's the feeling. If I had to name something, that's what it was for me. I was numb, but I thought, I don't know how I'm gonna move past this, how I'm gonna get over it.
Yeah.
And then time goes on. It sounds corny, but it is true. Another day passes and you survive it. And that was part of the mantra that Tia gave me. Stay in the present, because every single day you get stronger and every single day you survive it. So when you look back, it's like, I did that. And something else is gonna come my way. And it's gonna be harder than what I experienced before. But I'm gonna get through it. I'm gonna survive it. And I'm gonna survive it because of the tools that I put in place. I'm gonna survive it because of the community. Something I say right now is, like, my divorce is very public. This isn't a secret. And there's a lot of money that I had to give, like shit that I can't even afford. And I'm like, once I got past the ego of like, just give him what he wants so you can be done, I said to myself, you know what? 2 years ago, I was not rich, but like financially good.
Yeah.
You know, I could do what I wanted.
Yeah.
But I wasn't happy personally. Now, I walked in today, I sit down with you and I tell you I'm a 9. And I'm turned upside down financially. But what I've realized is I am so rich in community. You can't buy that.
You can't take that away from me.
And you can't take it away from me.
Yeah.
And so I'm holding on to that.
Yeah.
As I figure out what's next. And it's so funny. Like, before I was in control of everything and I was like, I know what's going to happen. I have no idea what's going to happen, which is why I pray for peace. I have peace about the unknown, which would freak me out and give me anxiety before, and I still have my moments. I have peace about whether I'll have kids or not. You know, I'm just accepting. I am blessed to be alive. I am blessed to be here. I am blessed to have survived this. I am blessed for the community that I've built, and I'm blessed to have platforms like this where I can speak out and hopefully help somebody else. Those are the things I have to hold on to. I never thought like that before.
Yeah.
Those moments, the shock, brought me here.
Are you able to sit with that and be proud of yourself?
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
Yeah, because I really have worked on myself. And again, every day is different.
It is.
But for the most part, this is where I am. And I can't allow myself to drown in the negative part of it. I have to keep going. I have to keep, striving to be better. I say this sometimes, but like all the stuff that have gone through publicly is for a reason. If it was to help one person, if it's to help many, if it's to help just myself, so I couldn't hide from it, there's a reason for it. So yeah, like I'm proud of myself. Yeah. And I'm not done. Yeah. I'm not done. There's still stuff to do. Too. Thank you.
That's a lot to get through.
Thank you.
And we all have these individual journeys that we can have our support, we can have our community, but at the end of the day got to end. But you are with yourself.
Day's got to end.
You are with yourself, and so you need to feel empowered by all that, the lows and the highs.
Yeah, for sure.
And so in closing, I'm so glad that you're here. You mentioned, though, I'm asking every guest this season what mantra or affirmation kept you grounded during tough times, and you've mentioned that twice from Tia, right?
It so did. It comes from the Young Pueblo book, Lighter. And it was a book that she told me to read, but she said it to me in her own words. And so I feel like it changes for you. But basically the gist was, don't look at the past. Yeah. It'll hold you back. Before I say this, one thing I've come to recognize about myself is I am a more anxious person than I realize. I think for so long, anxiety was a one thing, right? We were like, that's anxiety. Anxiety shows up in so many different ways. And my anxiety is trying to control everything because I'm so worried about what is going to happen next. So this mantra was very freeing for me. And I say that to preface what I'm about to say. She said, don't look at the past. It'll hold you back. Don't look at the future. It will give you anxiety. Stay in the present, and every day you become stronger, and every day you survive it. And I would say that to myself every day, because that day I ran into her, I got bad news about the divorce. Something happened that day. And so to run into her and then for her to say that to me, she didn't even know that that's what I needed to hear in the moment. And it freed me up in so many things, because I was in a place where I was holding on to the past, because I was holding on to a dead relationship. I was holding on to somebody I thought they were something and they weren't. All of that was dead. And then the future was giving me so much anxiety because I had planned a life for myself that no longer existed. So I was worried, well, am I going to still be able to have children? Will I find love again? Will I be able to date? Will people want me? I'm in Hollywood and I'm 39. Like, am I even a catch anymore?
Dang, you look younger
what
than
is
me.
that up to? You know how we are. You know how we are.
Yes.
But I just was like, what is next? Now I really am. I always prepare life of like, if I have to do this by myself, but like, what is going to happen with this divorce? What kind of money? There was just so much anxiety, and I was trying to figure it all out. It literally was driving me crazy. And so when she said that, it was just so simple and freeing. Yeah. And it was like, stay where you are. Just figure out the day and get to the next day. The freedom it gave me was everything. It was so everything I needed in that moment that has been the thing that I go back to when I slip, when I want to go back to the past, when I want to control the future. That's what I go back to. That's what I tell myself. And it's been amazing.